Today I'm going to talk about creator decks. So when you sign up, and if you use my link, you get 3 extra packs, by the way, just saying. But if you're playing the game, if you just sign up and you link your Epic Games account to your Parallel account, which is really easy to do, I think, through the Epic Games application, then you get to go to this page right here. I'll have the link in the description for you. You need to claim a deck by one of our amazing content creators / players here. And there's quite a few decks. There's 10 decks in total to choose from at the moment. They're pretty outdated, I'm not gonna lie, but they still honestly will help you quite a bit. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna go through each of the decks and tell you what my top picks would be, depending on what kind of playstyle you like. So I'm gonna start out by saying that I think both Catherine decks, we have one by Tice and then one by Deathsea as well. I think both are pretty outdated at this point. Kathy, there's not really a lot of legendaries that come with these 2 decks here that are going to be too helpful for you. You do get Lord Harf in the Deathsea deck, though, which is a decent card for a lot of decks. But outside of that, this version of Catherine is just outdated at this point, and it's just not going to be what you want to run. You're still going to be missing a lot of cards, so I would not go with either of the Catherine decks. The RDU deck, which is the Aggro Neus deck, which you would probably just use in a Scipius with the Scipius Paragon. Does come with a decent amount of good cards in it. It has Astel's Glaive, which can be used in a lot of decks. It has the core stuff that you would use in a Scipius deck. Now, this card did get nerfed very recently, the Centaurus, so not going to be too usable at the moment, but does come with a nice package for Scipius. It does come with Magna, which is one of the best cards in Cathari, and Domino, which I think is going to be dominant in this next patch here. So I think this is a good deck to choose if you like Cathari, if you like aggro decks. I'll definitely encourage you to check out the rookie mode, play through all the rookie games, and just try to figure out which deck you like the most and go from there. But if you're looking for an aggressive deck, token kind of deck, this is the deck to go with. I think this is a solid deck right here. Okay, when it comes down to the 2 Augencore decks, we have Lambie's deck and we have Pheno's deck. Pheno's deck is all universal cards, which will actually help you with your collection quite a bit, because you can use them universally in whatever decks you want. But these cards are pretty specific to this deck. You do have a card like Wong here, which is really important. And you do get Saboteurs, you do get these Cunning Diplomats, Alvaros, like honestly a decent amount of cards here. But I just don't think Universal is too strong at the moment, like the Freitas Ingrid kind of stuff. So unless you really want Wong, I don't know about this one. But the Lambie deck is actually pretty decent as well. I think Augencore is in a bit of a rougher spot at the moment, but we could see a resurgence, and Juggernaut Workshop is pretty decent. You do get Memento, which has been getting a lot of popularity recently, so okay stuff. You get a couple of legendaries only playable in very select decks. Wouldn't really recommend either of these decks, but I think I would go with Pheno's if anything. So when it comes down to Shroud, we have a few different Shroud decks to choose from. We have the Sequinox, Tyler, and Alistraza with all pretty solid Shroud decks, I would say. It just comes down to like the legendaries that you would want. So like this one comes with Malia, of course, which is played in Neve, and I think Neve is the best Shroud deck out there at the moment. I think everybody would pretty much agree with me. But you do get a Harf here as well. You get a Dira. You get some really solid legendaries. But at the same time, you don't get a Wong. And in the other decks, like Ali's deck, you do get some different legendaries like Baron Squire. And I believe Wong is in here as well. Unless I'm blind. Wong is in here too. So a little bit of different legendaries altogether. And then even in the Sequinox deck, you do get Salvation, which is really good too. You get Adira, Lord Harf, but Salvation you don't play in Neve. So if you're going by strictly a meta kind of thing right now meta, I would go with Tyler's deck personally, because this is just like the core Neve deck, and really fun deck to play, really powerful. If you're a control kind of mid-rangey player, more control, then I would go with this deck personally. All these decks are totally not perfect, of course, but they really give you a great foundation to go upon, even if they are pretty outdated at this point. And then we have the Nehemia deck by Brazy, which I just don't think this comes with the enough legendaries that you would want to have, and enough legendaries that would be playable in other classes as well, or just cards in general that would be for other decks besides just strictly this deck. So well, I think this list is like all right. I think you should go with one of the other decks, personally. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got. Either way, whatever you choose, it's all preference, and you never know what's going to happen in the next upcoming sets and stuff like that, and what cards are going to get nerfed and buffed. So I could sway you to go in the wrong direction depending on what the future looks like. But this is just my current suggestions, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. And I hope that this helped you out with picking your free deck, because this goes a long way helping you start out your journey with Parallel. And like I said before, if you use my link in the description, you get 3 free packs just for signing up with it. So hope you check that out. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Enjoy the decks. Enjoy whatever you choose. Let me know down below which one you do choose. I would love to know what direction you do go, and if you agree with my insight on this. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.